Welcome to another episode of Reseller Evolution. My name is Scott.
And I am Carl.
How's it going, Carl?
I'm sick.
What?
Yeah, I'm really sick.
What happened?
I don't know if it's a
Besides
flu. Some
besides
of my
the normal week to week sickness,
yeah,
what are you describing as being sick?
we were around our nieces and they contaminated us with some type of flu or fever or cough or cold. I don't know what. So literally spent one day. You know, fever. Do you ever get? Have you ever? Do you know what like fever dreams are like? Like when they're just like chaos dreams. You're not really sleeping. You're not really awake.
Not to bring up a whole tidal wave of stuff, but honestly, the only time that's ever happened was when I think I actually had COVID.
Yeah.
And that was so that would have been January. I think I've told this story before. Lockdown started, I think, in February or like a month and a half to 2 months later. But I had one of those crazy nightmarish dreams during
Yeah.
that time.
Oh,
And then it started coming out that this was one of the things that happens. But outside of that, I don't ever recall that.
well, anyways, I spent Monday just like tossing and turning for 24 hours in bed,
Yeah.
just like not sleeping, but not really awake. It's
Well,
like,
you said a dream though.
well, it was kind of like was dreamlike. How about that? Where you kind
Oh
of
well,
not
these were
quite
like
right.
this was like a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had those too. This wasn't quite like, anyways, I've been sick. So that kind of sucked. Uh, but yeah, apart from that, like not much is going on. Like I getting sales here and there. I sold a Smurf the other day and remotes and I sold some random stuff, like, but definitely not Q4 kind of stuff. Not like it used to be. I found a nice camera yesterday though, and instead I was just listening. It was a Canon 20 gig for $10, so I was pretty happy with that. If it works, it's like $150, but they didn't have the charger, which I bought just the charger the other week off the Baggy Wall at Valley Village because so often they don't for some reason don't come with the charger. People don't donate both together, and you need both. So, but it was kind of a non-week really. Like at the flea market, I did go. I wore my to try and prevent my sickness getting out. I wore a mask, and it was, but the market was quiet. Like on Sunday, the weather was fine. There's no reason, but the market was still pretty dead. So I don't know what's up with that. Sold a lot of records for some reason, but how's your week?
Um, the booth held its own. It wasn't like a super duper thing, but both days were pretty much equal. Um, one I probably did closer to 300. The other one I did about 250, 240. Um, so like that Saturday, Sunday, during the week, it's kind of just been a good steady, but no home run. Like no, but I think I said this last show. It usually doesn't start really hammering home until Boxing Day, and then it goes for about a month. Like really, really good. Um, but I'm very happy. I sold some big items. Not well. Okay, $60 was kind of a big money thing, but they were a little bit bigger. They were folding chairs and all this kind of stuff, and they were sitting there for a little bit.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, so I put 125 on them, and then I brought them down to 60 because I was tired of seeing them there, just because they're so big. And I almost sold both of them, but because there was two ladies there, and the one said she couldn't get a hold of her husband. The other one ended up buying a pair, like a set. They're two joining together. So anyway, um, not to ramble on about that. It's not overly big, but I'm very happy with what I'm seeing selling. Like uh, one, two, three, four, five, six VHS tapes. Probably three for $10, the other three for $5. So to see VHS tapes still selling, this,
Yeah.
that's good to me. Um, oh, an interstate sign. So I bought in an auction two interstate signs. They're quite large. Um, I'm going to say 3 feet by 2.5 feet. So they're quite large. And I sold a one for 250 probably in the summer, maybe even early spring. And the other one was faded, and it was sitting there, and it was sitting there, and it was sitting there. So I knocked it down to $100 because it was like obviously faded, and it $125, and it sold. So that was a nice sale. But just a lot of sales under $50. Sold a few things online, so what was even eBay was an okay week. So I think I had 600 deposited for the week, so that's okay. Um,
Sounds good to me. I don't know.
well, I have under 300 listed, and
Yeah.
the way things are, I got to list more. But I did buy a croc last week, and I sold it on Sunday.
Yep.
It did have a crack on it. When the guy saw it, he offered 700 for it. But when he saw it, he goes, "Oof, that's a little bit more than a hairline crack." I'm like, "Well, what are you thinking?" He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "If I give you a quote over the phone," he goes, "I'm going to honor it." And I said, "No." I said, "I want you happy." And he looked it over and he hummed and hawed, and I'm comfortable at 500, so totally happy with 500.
Yeah.
However, I've also made a new source, so I can go sourcing there because he's got a huge warehouse full of stuff. He opens it to the public twice a week. And I found a couple of things that are like right in line with what I like and the price that I would like to pay for them. And I'm going to try to go a little bit lower if I buy both of them. And they are remember in the 70s, you would go to the grocery store with your parents and there'd be a machine out there. It'd be the horse. You put a couple of quarters in and it would
Yes.
rock, right? Mechanical. Well, one is a three-wheeler, like a three-wheeled motorcycle, like a they used to, like, we had one, we were on the farm, an ATV. It was a Honda. So this is very similar, and it just rides. And the other one is, excuse me, the other one is a lawnmower. So they're a little bit big for the booth, but I'm going to go back, probably buy both of them because I get a better deal probably if I buy them both. And I should be able to do very well with them.
Okay.
So
That's
we'll
different.
see. He said they both work.
What like they're gonna take up a lot of room, eh?
They are going to take up a lot of room, but they're also going to be like $1,200 to $1,500.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I could get. He said he would sell them to me for 500, but if like the one, I only asked about the one. He said they both work, but I'm thinking if I went in there and bought both, he got them through a cleano, so he's still going to be making money. They do take up a lot of room, so I'd only put one in at a time.
Yeah.
But for that type of return, there's two ways I'm going to look at it. First of all, well, the one sitting here, it can go on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji, right?
Yeah.
The other way is if it's sitting there too long, then maybe I'll reduce the price a little bit or take it out. But I don't think it would sit there too long. It's
How
pretty.
how did you value that? Like what you think you're gonna get? Because that's so weird.
Well, just to see what it is, my first guess was $1,000. That's what it's got to be worth. So I'm just saying, well, what are you asking for those? He said 500, and I'm like, oh, well, let me go take a closer look because
Yeah.
that's good. So I went there and looked, and he goes, they both work, and he's describing them, and I'm looking it over. I was more interested in the three-wheeler. He said that they both work, and I looked it over. It's in good shape. He said they're actually surprisingly not that heavy. He goes, you can pick up the end and the front has wheels and you can kind of push it. He goes, but if you're going to lift it on a truck or something, you'll probably need at least two guys to do that. But it's mostly fiberglass. It's not like steel, right? So,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I just think that I think it would be cool, right? And maybe I'll do like a Jamie with the peanut dispenser or candy dispenser. Maybe I'll get it working and I'll start charging. I'll
Oh
set it
yeah,
up where they
people
have to put a buck in there, and
ride it around the antique market.
well, you can't. It doesn't move around. It's stationary. It just
Oh,
go. It
okay,
kind of goes up and down or a rock,
okay,
like
okay.
right.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm talking about, right? Those
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you said three wheels, it sounds like it would actually go somewhere, but
Well,
it's just for
it's
moving
no,
it.
it's like if you go to a merry-go-round at a fair or something, like the horses don't go anywhere, but they look like
Yeah,
horses.
yeah,
This looks like a three-wheeler, but it's not going to go anywhere. It just goes up and down, and maybe like a like a circular motion. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Mostly back and forth. It's very cheesy, but it's very 80s, very 70s, 80s kind of thing.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so anyways, yeah, I the only reason I would buy both is because I think I get a cheaper deal. But really, the one I'm interested in is the three wheeler because we had one when I was young, um, and it looks cool.
There's a real reason.
But he said retail. He goes start at 1,200. So that's a little bit more than what I was even thinking at
Yeah.
1,000. So
Okay. I was curious.
um 1,200. So maybe I don't know. I might even start at 1,500. I don't know. I looked some of them up, and some of them get very pricey. Some are like $6,000 and stuff, but they've been like they look mint. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Restored, maybe even.
Restored. Um, but if it's working, it's working. So you know, dude, you never know. Like somebody with money that wants to have one of those things is just gonna buy it. They don't care what it costs, right?
Yep.
Just wait for that person to come in. I mean, they're spending $15,000, $20,000 on these signs. You just hang on a wall.
Oh, that was the other question I had. It's like, what do they do with those interstate signs? Are they putting them up in like a like? What do
Well,
you
most
do
of
with
them
something
probably
like
have
that?
like a large garage that they store maybe 3 or 4 or 10 vehicles in,
Yeah.
and
Okay. That's
uh they'll put the signs throughout the shop, right?
okay. Okay. That's what I was thinking in my head, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. But yeah. Okay.
Most of these guys have big properties, right? Like
Yeah.
they're pretty wealthy. They have rural properties which are pretty large. They'll have a big shop and a big house, and you know the house has the garage for the normal cars, but the shop is for storing their high end stuff.
My brother-in-law's place is like that. His garage, he's out in the country, has his own land around him. His garage is probably a third of the size of the house. Like it's huge, two-story garage. I think 4 doors. Like has all his equipment in there, and that's his first garage. And then of course the secondary garage. All that. His place
Yep.
would be perfect though for a sign like that because he has like such large wall space because it's a two-story garage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. They're very common around here. A lot of people have barns and stuff like that without a farm. They just have a big barn, right? So,
yeah,
um, so that's what they're doing there. They're definitely keeping them indoors, that's for sure, because they're buying the premium stuff. Um, if they're bullet holes and rusted, they're obviously a lot less money. They're buying the premium for those prices and stuff. But yeah, so the croc was good. I mean, that was a good sale. Very happy with the results on that. I went to an auction on Saturday. I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess, because I just keep getting beat up.
yeah.
Like it's crazy. But I still got some really neat stuff. For $5, I got a thing called Super Helmet 7. Paid $5 for it in the box. Comps out at 110. So
Cool. Never
yeah,
heard of that.
yeah. You'll see there's only one for sale that I could find, and you'll see it for $20. But if you read the fine print, it says parts and repair only. So the other ones are better in the box. It's from the 1965. I went into YouTube and found a commercial on them because I've never heard of them. But
Oh, those are weird.
Yeah, they're very weird. But
I can't even
um,
describe it.
there's one for $48, but that was an auction. It was a bid. So I'm gonna go with the 110 sold comp. That was just a straight out sale. Um,
Oh, I'm sure this kid wouldn't got beat up at all if he wore this to school.
well, it's a helmet, dude. What you know?
Well, that would have helped when he got like hammered.
But yeah, it comes with a box and everything. I got some comics, and one comic. I hate to say this out loud because I got to do more research, but my like, it was pretty rough shape, but the comic sold for about $300.
Yeah.
So it was it's a comic that I have to do a little more research on, but there was probably 20 comics in there that were like $30 plus.
Nice.
So I
Comics
know
always go
comics
for a
can be.
lot at
What's
our
that?
auction. Comics always go for quite a bit at the auction. Like I
Well,
don't
I
even really
got
look at them anymore.
4 piles, stacks of probably 50 in each stack for $80.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
bad.
are the older ones?
Some of them are. The one that looks to be $300 is a 10 center.
Okay.
Um, it's a Disney one. The So we'll see. I think what I might do is put them in that auction that I did well with the other ones.
Right.
So because they're, I just don't want to put them online and describe them. If I put them in the booth, they might sit for a while. You know, I think if I got, if I sold all those in an auction for even $100, like after they take commission. So let's say I get my money back, and then the other, I don't know, 150, 200 comics, I'm just going to put $4, $3, $4 on them and throw them in the booth,
Yeah.
and they're free. So I'd be happy with that, but I'd be ecstatic if a couple of them went over $100 in there,
Yeah.
you know, in that auction. So we'll see. Well, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Um, yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff. I didn't fill the truck up by any means, like usual, and that's kind of where it's been for me. So
Yeah, I didn't really source a lot. Like I went yesterday because I had a problem with my Tesla, which turned out to just be some wiring. But I had to go out there to get it looked at, and I hit the store Valley Village when I was out there. It's like amazing. You can still find stuff after 3 o'clock. It's like I always thought, well, once people are off work, it's like game over. But there's still stuff out there if you're willing to do it. But yeah, I'm more like, well, I've been sick, so I haven't wanted to do anything. And now with Christmas, it's like, oh, maybe I should. I don't like. Usually, normally, what I would do is I would stop my store. That's a separate topic. Normally, what I would do is around Christmas, I stop my store at this point because I don't want the pressure of people buying stuff and like not getting it for Christmas.
that's interesting. I have not received. Remember, you used to get those messages all the time. Is this? Am I going to get this by the 25th and all that? And you had to
Yeah,
like. I haven't had one of those messages.
no, no. I just try to ship it out as quick as possible. Like I have 2 sales that I'll probably pack and ship today, just so I don't have to worry about it. But you know, if you're buying stuff, because right now it's 7 days away, right? So not a lot of time to get in the mail and off. But normally, like I said, I shut down the store so I don't have to worry about it. But this year, there's not enough sales to really worry about.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
What I'm curious about actually is like I've been buying, like I bought a couple more digital cameras on the weekend, and normally that's the sort of stuff that would go to the United States. So I'm wondering if that's really going to kill that market for me, but I shouldn't say that without knowing it.
and what is it? Sorry.
Digital cameras,
Oh,
they're one of my favorite things, right? But uh, I have a feeling a lot of those buyers are in the United States. So yeah, I don't know what else is going on. Like it's just been mellow here. Like, not a lot of shipping, not a lot of buying, not a lot of selling.
Yeah, I mean, Monday, um, was vendor day, so I went and filled the booth up. Dude, I really didn't even. We kind of showed up a little bit late, slept in a little bit, and got there a little bit later. So I didn't really have the time I usually have. So most of what we did is push things around to kind of make space.
Yeah,
And I had lots of room, especially the upstairs booth. There was lots of room up there. So like it's nice to see things selling on paper, but it's really nice to kind of tighten things up and then wow, like there's a lot of space I can deal with now. So that was kind of nice. So now I got to take some stuff in. Um so I don't know. I don't know where I was going to go. Oh, so that was kind of a busy day. Yesterday I listed a couple of items and kind of just tinkered around, but was downstairs for a lot of the day just kind of I don't know, sorting through stuff. It just seemed like I was busy the whole day, but I didn't get nothing done. You ever have one of those days?
every day.
So so that's where I'm at with that. But um,
I have
I'll
so much
probably
room at the booth. Like, I was, I take pictures every week,
yeah
and I just look at all the crap that's been there for like a year. It's like, so this weekend, actually, one of the things I did. Well, I'm sad at the booth now because, okay, as an aside, so the buddy across from me, Chris, is gone,
yeah.
and then they moved Martin, who's right across from me, away, and they put a bunch of like clothing there instead. And it feels like at school, like if someone was a problem, they move the trouble kid to like one corner of the schoolroom,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
couldn't talk to anyone. I felt like that kid. So I'm just like staring at nothing.
Can
I was
you
like,
ask to be relocated?
why? Because I'm lonely?
Yeah.
I could. I
Yeah,
won't.
just say like, look, buddy, you took everybody away from me.
You
Now
took
I'm out
my
there by
friends
myself.
away.
Like, give me a better
You,
spot now. Like,
you took
great.
Martin. You took my friend Chris. Now I'm just here by myself. What did I do?
So Chris is probably pretty upset, I guess, eh?
I don't think so.
No?
I'll talk to like after a few weeks. I'll give him I'll wish him a Merry Christmas
Yeah.
and just see if I have any response. Like his phone sucks. He doesn't get half his messages. I don't know what plan he's on. He's on like the Cornwall special plan or something because it never works. So,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I'll just reach out and see if he's okay. But I want to give it a few weeks, right? Uh, but mostly I just looking around my booth. I get a lot done though when I don't have people to talk to. It's like I have a folding chair next to me. I didn't even like Sales couldn't stay; he had to leave. So no one came and talked to me next to me for the whole day, and I got a lot of work done.
Speaking of Sayash, I was thinking after Jamie's show, we should have him on as a guest again if he wants.
Yeah, I think he would.
Okay.
He would.
Um, I don't know why I didn't think of that before, and then Jamie was on, and I think Sayash's name came up, and then I meant to mention that to you, and then I don't know, we just get in our own conversation. But I'm glad you brought his name up again because I think we should have him on. So
Yeah, well, let us know, Saj. Like, yeah, I see you every Sunday, so just let me know. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Next week because of Christmas, everything might not be good, but like in the new year and going into January.
yeah, not next week, but
Yeah,
uh,
because that could get canceled. Like right now, we kind of talked about it. We plan on doing a show, but I mean, if something comes up for one of us, it could happen too, right? So
yeah, you never know.
But right now, we're gonna have a show.
Yes, we're doing a show.
Okay.
Yes.
You pause there, Carl.
Yeah, no, I'm a little slow. I was gonna say, the one thing great about other booth owners too is they're really nice, right? Like there's one guy, Lance, at the market's been helping me present my stuff a little better. So I got a bunch of boxes from the wine store that are really good for my magazines. And so I've been buying those and like just presenting things better and like making myself happier there. But I have whole sections of the booth that like no one's ever bought a board game. No one's bought a book from this back section. I sold a Paragon teacup, and I was almost surprised they found them, like that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
So I guess if we're talking about plans for next year a little bit, it's to totally rearrange that entire space. I can't stand it anymore. I'm in denial of like how crappy it is, that bit. So
Yeah, he
it's
gets
just
to
such a big
be.
deal, right? It's like
Yeah,
you can't just like snap your fingers and all this inventory and all this bookcases and everything is just like magically moved.
I
So
I understand that feeling though when you kind of get irritated with a certain look of an area and you want to change it, but you just don't know how to do it. Like
yeah,
I get that. Um, and it's funny because when you first change it over, you're like, wow, this is the best booth ever, like that I've ever had, and I can't see myself changing. And then 2 months in, I'm like, man, this area sucks. I got to
it
change this
it
up.
doesn't work. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work, and it's
Yeah.
like I think is it my personality or is other people the same way? So it's good to hear
like
that you're like
like I look at your videos all the time to see how you set up and what you have that I like, right? Because copying is the best way to do it. Uh, I know like when I went around the market the other day, one thing I noticed is a lot of people will have bookcases that have at least 7 or 8 shelves in them, much more than normal. And because of that, like that 6 foot case they have, bookcase, has 7 or 8 shelves in it. They get a lot of inventory in less space, where I might only have 4 shelves or 5 shelves at most. So, but it takes it's such a pain in the butt, you know?
well. I also find that, and I'm going to contradict what I just said because sort of contradict it. Like I can understand why I get like that because sometimes certain items can look good, but then once they're sold and you put other items there, they might not look as good, right? So
Yeah,
it could be the items as much as the setup, but I don't
it's
know.
weird, eh? Because it
Yeah,
feels right. When something
yeah,
looks good, it feels so good. It's like,
yeah,
don't buy anything because you'll ruin my display.
that's right. Yeah, that's why. So like, it's like you're somebody will come in and see your booth, and it's like, well, you should have saw it when I had all the good stuff in here. Like,
Yeah, and that's all the crap.
sold,
Yeah.
right? In the stuff that people aren't really buying is the stuff that lingers around.
Or the stuff you overpriced. It's like I look back at some things that have been there forever, and it's like, Carl, you think you're gonna get 60 for this? You'll be lucky to get 20 for this. In fact, you should probably just take it home and donate it. That's how much it's
Oh
worth.
man,
But you always you hope, right? Even now,
yeah.
once in a while, I'll put something in. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like,
And in all fairness, and I know you do this too, but like the much better stuff, like the higher stuff, not so much bigger, but better, like valued. A lot of times they end up online too, right? Because they're going to be
yeah,
more less chance of a hassle because they're in great shape and they're very desired. So
I haven't.
people aren't seeing that in the booth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've thought about that a lot, and like we talked about before, like I kind of feel like adding my eBay store links so that I have higher. I don't know. I can like because the market wouldn't give a crap about this.
Right.
So what I could do is have a link saying, "Hey, if you want, I can make up something Smurfs. I have the super high end Smurfs. They're on
Right.
eBay.
Yeah.
If you're interested, I'll bring them in, or something. I don't even know. I haven't really thought it out to get around that because I don't mind. What I don't want is putting good stuff in my booth and then someone wants it for a song, right? That drives me nuts
Yeah.
because it's like I know I can get more than my asking price online, and I don't have to deal with anyone. So it's like it's a weird combo, right? Because like sometimes it's like, oh, thank God, I don't have to pack this. But the other
Well,
end, it's like,
I was kind of more on the idea of your booth is kind of your display. It's part of you. It's part of this is what I go out and find.
yeah,
So if your good stuff is at home sitting on a shelf because it's listed on eBay, it's not you're not displaying it to everyone saying, "Hey, look what I found. Look what I find." And the booth serves a different purpose than eBay. It provides an outlet for a lot of things that might not be eBay worthy, or you're not going to get that kind of money for it. Not saying for everything, because there's a lot of things that the booth can sell that eBay it's like too big, or you know what I mean, or it's local advertisement as a, you know, that kind of thing. But like it's almost like, well, this isn't the best I got. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like,
Yeah, I know.
you know, like another thing is like I'm saying like a lot here. So I have friends that are connected with the bigger auction company, Miller and Miller. So it's really tough to find things that are worthy of that auction. You know what I mean? So when you find something that's finally worthy of that, where these guys are out finding stuff all the time, right? What they're paying for it, I don't know. Could be a different story. It might not be what I'm willing to pay.
They're not getting in a box lot for $5, probably. No.
Probably
I'm not saying
not.
it never happens, but
Yeah, it could happen, but I mean, dude, they found a $55,000 tin behind a wall in a house that was being renovated. Like,
yes,
you know, so you never know where you'll find
I
one.
never say never, right?
Never say never.
But usually that
Lewis
stuff is
at a
being
thrift store. Maud
Yeah.
Lewis was found at a thrift store.
Oh, thrift stores are things slip through, right?
Right?
But
They slip through.
yeah,
So anyway, but when I do finally find something that's worthy of that, it's well, first of all, it didn't even make it to the booth. The guy bought it, but it's you know, I don't know. I was really happy to find something that was worthy of people's attention. You know what I mean? And
I know.
a lot of times that kind of stuff, even though it's not that high product for that particular outlet of selling it,
but
it
for
can still
you,
be worth $300-400, but to a different group of people. You know
for
what I mean?
us, that's high end. Like a $300-400 thing, like that's good. But for
Yeah,
them, it's
like a toy or a VHS tape or something like that. Like something that's really desired. Like, I don't know, that's not going to probably hit the booth. You know what I mean? Like, I know those GI Joes did, but my whole intention is, if they're not going to sell within 6 months, I'm going to slowly start putting them online. I just have so much stuff to put online right now. I don't need to get to that because they're probably going to sell a little bit at the booth, right? And they don't take up a lot of space. So I don't know, kind of rambling on, but
no, I get it, because those same thoughts go through my head all the time, right?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
What's the best place for this? Or
but at the same time, I'm also thinking like this is a representation of me, and for you just to see a small sliver of my better stuff is kind of like, I don't know, like, dude, you should see what I got at home. You know what I mean?
yeah, this is my garbage.
Like, you know, it's, you know, I'm sitting there selling, you know, I don't know, I could go on with a Cabbage Patch doll worth $15, but you know, I have stuff here that worth $200-300, and trains worth $500, and you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think after a while, like it's one of those things where, like, I don't know, it's. I got stuff too. You know what I mean? Like,
you want people,
and I can understand the collector aspect. Like, I don't think I'm there. I hope I don't get there, because that's going to be a disaster. But I can understand that appreciation of certain things and decorating your home with that. I get it. You know what I mean?
I get it too. I'm just not good at it. When I posted my booth pictures to the Facebook group for antique booths, and one of the comments got, it's like, this is a very masculine booth. It got so many upvotes, and basically they meant that it's very like non-artistic, like just like, here's my stuff. Here's a pile of my stuff. You know, it wasn't like, here's the landscape of like multi-layered with colors and stuff like that. It's just like, here's my stuff.
Yeah, and that works too, dude. That's kind of where I'm at. But I'm kind of like,
I do appreciate it though when it looks pretty. I do appreciate it. Like, I remember once, like at the market downtown. I had it done, and it looked so good, and I was like, "Oh, this looks great." I'm like, I'd stumbled into the perfect display, right?
Yeah,
But by accident. My
yeah.
sister
No,
actually used to do Montreal displays for stores and stuff like that, eh? Like high end stores. I tried to get her help a few times, but it's kind of hard to explain things.
I I find. I mean, there's obviously a difference, but I find women have a
Uh-oh.
better ability to display their items
Yeah,
than men. I really do. Like when I see their
yeah.
booth, like they can make like
They care more.
yeah, they just know how to set it up. Like I can set better like better selling, more collectible items in a display case, and they can set a set of dishes. But they'll angle the cups and they'll pile them up and they'll display them in such a way that theirs looks like $1,000,000 and mine looks like a toy box. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
know. And it makes a difference. Like one of the things I love is in the 19th century when they used to make products and they did advertising, it was all about the product. It's like you can get X amount of washes out of this. This costs 2 cents a load. This does the like all the attributes to it, and that's how they would sell it to you. But at some point, they realized it's about more than just that. It's about you're trying to make an image of how this product is going to be used and how it fits your lifestyle and all the stuff that wasn't about the product and how much more successful that was. But to me, but anyways, yes,
And I'm sure this is going to change with time. Like I think things just kind of change a little bit. But I find right now, and this will be a good question. Maybe when people leave comments, they can answer how they feel. But I think right now, women are more about not spending money on things like trying to being frugal. I think is the right word, but buying more decorative. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. Like I mean, conditions probably important, especially if it's decorative, but they're more into a decorative part for their house in what they select to buy. Meaning, if you have a crock and one's worth 500 because it's got someone's initial on it, and you got a crock worth $15 with
yeah,
no initial, but it looks very similar, they're going to go for the $15 one. Where I
they
think
do.
right now men are about, you know, they're more of the collector. They don't care about the $15 jug. They want the one with the guy's name on it, showing that it's a local person.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I'm
I'm not sure.
thinking, leave that in the comments, but I think right
Yeah, I'm not
now
sure. Yeah.
I'm finding that to be the case.
Well, guys, yeah, it's hard to tell.
Like I don't think women are out there buying $400 uh, VHS tapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you think, Carl? Do you find that as well? Guys are buying the more collectible stuff, and the women are buying more of a decor type thing.
Hmm, not sure actually, because like I have lots of collectors for the Smurfs are a good one, or like dolls, or like
Who, who's buying the Smurfs?
women.
Are they?
It's almost all women, yeah,
Yeah, but they're not.
and they're collecting. They are
But they're
definitely
not.
collecting.
They're they're not. Well, first of all, they're not like hugely expensive. But second of all, they're not like. Okay, but let's reverse it. They could also be considered decorative.
Smurfs.
Yeah, right. Like if you were to put them on a shelf or as a group, they're collectible, but they could be uh, decorative too.
I'll have to convince my wife that my toy soldier is a decorative, and I can
No, you
decorate.
said Smurfs. Now you're talking something different.
I
Like
think if I tried to bring my Smurfs and use them as decoration, Amy would disagree. But
okay, but that's because she doesn't find them interesting. What I'm saying is, what about the little? the little T figures, those little Wade T figures.
Oh yeah,
They could also be considered decorative. I'm
sure.
just talking about big collectibles. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I want people in the comments to tell me like they're into. Maybe they do buy collections. You know what I mean? Maybe a $500 crock because it was made in 1855 by a local potter
Like I would
is
agree
is
that
not is not necessarily a woman thing, but maybe something else. Maybe quilts. Maybe quilts can get very expensive, so maybe they're into collecting that. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just kind of seeing it through a
like
man's lens.
yeah,
So let me know in the comments if women are collecting, like, I don't want to
like
say high end collectibles, but things that they're going to be willing to spend one or two, even $500 for to add to their collection. Jewelry could be one. So maybe I am a little bit wrong because some
yeah.
women,
I think we just like in we're obviously generalizing. Okay,
yeah, oh, yeah.
but
And I'm trying to
but
figure out what I'm
I think
selling.
I think
That
generally
fine.
like women into some stuff and men are into different things, right? Like that's
Oh, that's for
fine,
sure. For sure.
right? Like
Yeah.
when I sell my Hot Wheels or my cars, it's 99% men, right?
Yeah.
Or if I'm going to sell like I feel we're getting in trouble. I don't know why. But like it's just
I
the
don't,
reality, right? Like
yeah.
people collect different things like uh I was trying to think like or marbles. Like marbles are mostly men, I think, but there are female collectors, and just like this female collectors, like male collectors of things that are considered like easy women collect. But I don't really put a lot of thought into either of these things because I just want my money. I just want to sell
So,
my Funko Pop. That's it.
yeah. So I'm only going by what I see, not even just out of my booth, but probably that's a large percentage of this conversation. But I'm also seeing what people are buying throughout the store. And I just find women are more into a decorative, and not saying they won't spend $200 on a nice display case, like,
Yeah.
or $300. Like, they'll do that. Like, or but or they'll buy like a primitive, really nice, um, very good, like in good condition. They'll spend $800 on a on a cabinet for, you know not necessarily a display case, but it part display, part storage. I'm not saying that, but they're buying it for a different reason. They'll buy it for the decor aspect, to make their to make their living space look good. You know what I mean? Where a guy will just are buying stuff almost for a whole different reason. And I'm
Maybe.
not generalizing in like this is a cookie cutter aspect.
Yeah, because
I
I think
know
you have
there's
like a
one offs,
like
but I
man
would just like to
caves,
know
you
what that
know.
one off would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they're seeing the same thing, right? Because maybe my shopping habits have to be a little bit, I'll have to tweak it a little bit to kind of follow a trend that I'm not aware of,
I think the
right?
thing too is like when you're selling things in the market too, you're not seeing who's buying your stuff.
For the most part, I'm hearing it, especially when Steph works or when I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I used to be there quite a bit. Since we moved in July, that's slowed down, for obvious reasons, the distance. But Steph works there twice a week, and she'll tell me, "Oh, a couple ladies came in and bought those folding chairs.
Yep.
They both wanted one, but the one couldn't get a hold of her husband, but the other one bought it. She was afraid they didn't have room for it, so she didn't get it. But and that kind of thing, right? Like, so I'm hearing feedback. But if you look at my booths, it's hard. I'm trying to generalize in the store, but my booth's probably 75% of it probably pertains to guys because I'm a guy, right? So it's just, let me know in the feedback. Maybe I'm missing something, and I'd be interested to hear. So I could learn. I'm a learner.
Yes. It is an
Um,
interesting concept though. Like I never really think about that stuff, and it's like
well, I'm all about I don't want to miss an opportunity, especially when I'm out yard selling and things can be cheap. So, like, I'm not going to get into teacups because there's more to teacups than just buying a teacup. If I saw a good name and it's in very good shape and it's under $5, maybe I'd probably take a chance, right? But they always have a little chip or the crazings, there's crazing in it or something.
Yeah.
Which not only can prevent or it can affect the price, it can affect whether it sells or not, right?
Yeah. If it is chip or.
I know Royal Daltons are one thing, but sometimes I think a Royal Dalton is a lot of times a gift for someone else. I'm not saying always, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of times Royal Daltons are purchased as gifts.
Okay.
Just a thought. 70% of the time, I don't know. Let's throw a number out there for that. But so I'm just curious to hear. I don't. On the flip side of that, I think people that buy in the stores probably pretty close to 50-50 between men and women. It might even be more women come in and buy than guys. You know what I mean? So it might be, honestly, it might be more like 65-35 more girls than guys.
In the market, first thing in the morning, it's always men.
During the week, it's pretty much always like, I don't know. I don't want to just summarize it all and pigeonhole what I'm about to say, but I would say the majority during the week are women coming out and buying.
Yeah.
And probably, and this there's a percentage here. I'm not saying 100%, but they might even be more like women over 50. You know what I mean? So on the other hand, I'm also, and I've said this before, we also see a lot of younger people coming in, usually during the week, on the weekends. Maybe it has something to do with work and all that kind of stuff, but it's nice to see young people coming in the store and buying. And I think they're buying more of a decorative reason as well. I don't think they're big collectors unless it's like a modern, like a toy between like 1980 till now type thing.
Yeah.
Like they might come in and buy something from a horror movie or Predator or something like that. But like, I don't think they're buying Crocs with names on them either. But that'll change over time because, listen, these Crocs survived from 1850, the one I'm specifically talking about. The people buying it aren't from that era. They're not buying nostalgia. You know what I mean?
No.
So they're buying as a collector. So. Oh, I remember that being made.
Yeah, a vampire over here.
But, kind of rambled on a little bit long, but I'd really like to know people's opinion on that. Like what their sense to that is. And especially if you're a woman, like, do you find that to be your case or different? So
yeah.
What else, Carl?
Not a hell of a lot. Let me think. No, I'm a bit under the weather still. So
yeah, clothing continues to do well again. So
yeah, I took down my wonky clothing rack, and I put hooks in the walls and put all the jerseys there. They look good, but they don't really work well for like actually browsing clothing. But at least he got the stuff off the floor. I went and looked at another booth where he had just a pipe across the wall there.
Yeah,
and he used that. That looked pretty good, but I'm not sure where I would actually put that in my booth. So when you have like mine's a 10 by 20 booth, and those guys have like 10 by 30 kind of thing, it has a lot, it gives you more room for that sort of thing. But I was looking at your videos and you had a nice metal rack
for clothing. Yeah.
So I'm going to try and find one of those, but I want to get it cheap. So I have to just keep checking Facebook Marketplace. It'll show up. I just got to wait.
Dude, I paid under $10 for both of mine. Like, yeah. I think one I paid like $2. Yeah,
People want 100 bucks for those. Yeah,
nobody else bid on it at an auction. I
yeah,
got them both. The boat that you see in the video came from the same location.
yeah.
So
So I just need one of those. I'll wait. To be honest, clothing has kind of died off a bit for me, anyways. So no big loss.
but your clothing is mostly jerseys, right?
It's mostly jerseys. I'm actually thinking of giving back to John some of like the leather jackets he gave me
Yeah.
because I just don't think like when you only have one jacket or a random jacket like that, I don't think people are even going to go over there thinking to find that. You know what I mean? Like,
What kind of price is on it?
I think it's fairly reasonable. I can't remember though, but
Like if it's like $200, that's a tougher sell. But if it's around the $50, $60, I
probably,
find I find that they'll sell at that price.
yeah, it might be. It's just right now it's a big mess over there.
Yeah.
They all fall apart, but
Yep. I just sold a jacket. I don't know if it was last week or this week. Let me just see here. But I sold a jacket for $85, $80. But I just trying to remember what jacket it was. Oh, a military jacket for $50. But there was also another one. Um, I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, what's going on for this week, Carl?
this week, well, Christmas is right around the corner, so we're gonna go out today, and Amy will point out what she wants for Christmas. So, or tomorrow probably. But that's it. I'm not even looking online for auctions or anything. I'm just like I'm gonna take. Well, especially I'm sick. I'm still
Yeah.
sick, so I'm just gonna take it easy. Yeah, I have no plans for this week. This is a dead week. You?
I'm just gonna try to list. I'm gonna try to keep listing. More so because we're going in after Christmas. I'm expecting sales, so I kind of want to put some items there. But I keep getting distracted. Like I'm almost done the book. It's almost ready to go to the final stage. But I just like to keep reading through it a few times. So I was up to about 2 o'clock last night going through it.
Wow.
I have another one I'm ready to do, but so what I do is I come up with a story. I've told this before, and then I put it through AI for two reasons. First, to kind of increase the word count and to kind of fluff it up a little bit, like it helps that way. Then I go through it and then I put it through like an editor. It even says that a human editor is going to be better. They can do about 80%, but that human instinct and kind of touch is AI is not there. Like that's what it said itself, AI. But I keep going through it and correcting it, kind of making better lines here, that kind of thing. So, what I want to do is make sure that's completely done before I start the other story, which because I don't want them to get mixed into each other.
No.
Right? And AI will probably do that.
Yes, it will.
So, because I even find that some of the chapters, like, you have to be careful and you'll have to redo it because they'll kind of mix the chapters in. I think I talked about that before.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure the one is completely done before I start the other. So
when I have something I'm happy with AI, I usually keep a copy on my computer, like as a backup.
Oh yeah, I've got each step of the way. I got the copies. So.
Yeah, because it will happily alter something and think it's the same thing that it told you before.
Yeah, I got. So what I'm doing is when I say I'm working on the other one, first I come out with kind of just a basic block of it. Then I'll come up with trying to find subjects for chapters.
Yeah.
And then, so right now, I want to get it to about 25 to 30 chapters. I probably have about 18 chapters kind of sorted out. More will come along as I start writing it. But right now I've probably written in paper with pen about
Yeah.
three chapters.
Okay.
So I'll finish it out like that, and then I'll just kind of copy it into a typing format and then throw it onto AI. But it also said that most writers right now are using AI. And I heard another guy that I would listen to on YouTube. He talks about writing and stuff. He's an author. Um, they said almost all writers right now are using AI for some degree. Right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting to hear that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Tesla's self-driving self-driving car.
Yeah.
Did you watch that lately? I watched
No.
it a little bit last night. Um, it's out there now. If you go on YouTube, you can see guys driving through New York City full self-driving.
Did you see the other Tesla thing this week
I did not.
with the robot and it takes off its head? No. So like,
Well, I'd love to see it. So tell me, like, what am I looking for?
so Tesla came out with these supposedly AI controlled robots, right?
Right.
And there's one serving drinks, and it puts its both hands to its head,
Yeah.
and then it collapses. And it's so obvious that what's happened is that someone's remotely controlling the robot and took off the headset to
Oh.
to the robot, and then
Right.
the robot had no instructions, and then just went into.
Well, I don't think
static
that's.
mode.
I don't think that's at this stage abnormal. I thought that was kind of how they train them. Is they have a guy.
They said it was AI controlled robots, so something's sniffs wrong there, but it's
Okay.
nothing to do with the robotaxi. The robotaxi is a separate thing. But
Yeah. No, I understand that. Well, now Robotaxi, or sorry, the Tesla has Grok AI, so you can talk to it and it talks back right now, which is
Right.
really interesting. I'm just saying, like, to me, it's fascinating, dude. Like, it's just
I think it's great. Like,
it's crazy. So what I understood with the robots, and I haven't seen what you're talking about, so I want to go see that. But
right.
and that's funny as hell if that's the case. The guy's taking his headphones off. And,
It's pretty obvious to me.
that's hilarious.
Like someone just took off their VR headset or something.
But from what I'm understanding is that's how they train them, is they'll have a guy in the suit. And sometimes when you buy the robot, it might have been a different company that I saw this on. I think it was a Swedish guy. So what they do is you bring the robot into your house,
Oh yeah.
and then through virtual training from another location. But the creepy thing is they can see everything in your house.
Yeah. That was just that's just like, that's not a robot to me. That's just like a remote controlled device.
Well, I mean, it's better than what they had like 3 years ago.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Right.
And the
So
fact
I mean,
that it can actually stand up is pretty impressive, because there was a time period where they thought that'd be really hard for robots to do. So
that is totally impressive.
Right.
Right. Like the way they can work and move and walk like humans. Yeah, totally impressive. But what was I going to say? If you to me, it would be harder to have a vehicle be self-driving than it would to have a robot do things. Like,
I think
I'm not saying everything, but do certain tasks. Because I worked at Toyota, dude, and I've seen robots with no cameras or anything. They're just set up to do. It's not even AI, and some of the tasks that they do is crazy, and how fast they do them and stuff.
Yeah, you're talking about the assembly of cars and stuff,
right? So if you start combining that with AI and different things, like
those robots aren't thinking though, right? They're just like
they're not thinking; they're programmed for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're more of like a machine. You know, it's a I don't know what the definition of robot is in that case, but it's just like, you know, doing X. It doesn't care if you're in the way. If you're in the way, you're gonna be part of the car, kind of thing, right?
I know, but the strength and the power and the speed that they can do these things
is crazy.
Yeah,
and
you have multiple doing tasks at the same time.
Yeah.
So if you start getting AI combined with that power and speed and ability, like like Terminator is possible.
Great.
Great. Like it's insanity, dude. It's insanity to think about it. And you don't have to be and I'm not talking like I know something nobody else does. I know we all know this. But it doesn't have to be the robot doesn't have to be able to walk like a human. It can have tracks like a tank. It can do like it could fly. Like there's all sorts of
God.
like it's you could have kind of like a Superman style AI robot that can do all sorts of different things, right?
Drone armies, man.
It's crazy, eh?
It's already
It's
here.
crazy. Yeah, craziness for sure. When
Well, I'm
when do
glad
you
you're
think
even further
when
bringing
do you
it
think
back
it's
to
all
it.
falling into place, Carl?
Yeah. Cell
When?
phone. Oh, when?
Yeah, like
Which part?
timeline wise, where you're gonna have robots that are able to maybe not like think like human, but be able to do tasks by looking at a task that needs to be done and be able to just do it, just
I
to
don't know.
process the ability to go and do it.
It's like we are talking about before. There's like a the last bit of the
Like a
task is really
bartender
hard.
can serve drinks without.
Yeah, but even in that case, that serving drink thing was actually a human controlling them.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, when do you think we're there where we don't need that the human controlling
10
them?
years, I'm guessing, but I don't really know. The
Like, do you
problem is
say at
there's a lot
least
of
10 years or within the next 10 years?
within the next 10 years. But there's, you know what? Like, there's a lot of misinformation out there. Like, that's what makes it really understand because they all want to pretend that they're farther advanced than they are. Like,
Yeah, for
there
sure.
was a company that pretended to be AI,
Yeah,
and all it was a bunch of people in India doing the work in the background
yeah,
until they got enough funding that then they started doing real AI. So there's a lot of stuff like that where you can't even say, you know, what they say and what they're doing isn't necessarily, uh, you know, real. But I've already found AI is useful in my reselling, so
yeah.
it has a value to me. But that when you're talking about real physical stuff in life, it's a lot more complicated. That's the difference. Like,
Well, especially when you look at climates and different things too, right? Right. So, but I think they'll be able to adjust. Like, I mean, you're not going to have a walking robot walk on. Well, I guess he could have special soles on his feet to walk on slush and snow and ice to shovel the driveway, but you might have one that comes out with like tracks like a snowmobile or something with a blade on it or something.
with a
Like
blade on it.
it can be adapted to do certain tasks. You know what I mean? Like right now, you see those ones, and these aren't even AI. I'm gonna assume it's based on GPS and all this kind of stuff. But there's one between St. Thomas and Waterford that every day I go by it. This thing is out cutting the grass of this huge lawn, and it's out there cutting the grass, and it just ticks away all summer long.
Yeah, you've been able to get those for years.
No, I know this is no different than the vacuum, but I'm just saying
The thing with those,
that's what I said. It's not even AI. It's more of a
yeah,
GPS thing. But I'm just saying it's crazy. In my world, it's all crazy that we're coming to all this kind of stuff.
you know the Roomba company, it went belly up the other day. That's made me a little sad.
Is that the vacuuming?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've bought a few of them, but
Well, hey, that could be a bolo then,
maybe.
right? If they're not selling them anymore, because I think they're pretty expensive to begin with. So
Yeah.
if you're looking to buy something that no longer exists, but there's still a demand, that could, imagine finding a warehouse full of those brand new in the box.
Collector's items.
Yeah, 20 years they're an antique.
So
Back in the day.
can we get into the comments? Because I'm starting to die a little bit.
All right.
I know I'm bitchy little whiny guy.
You're a little whiny guy. Can we get to the comments?
I'm sick. Yeah, I got a man cold.
All right, where are we going? Who's going first and what
Well, I only see one comment, so it's from
on
Tina Mac.
Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Jamie, I got you beat. I'm officially the top fan. I sent Carl the proof on Insta. Oh shoot, I haven't even seen that. I'm bad. I don't go on Insta. I go on there once a week, and it's like, anyways.
You usually got one stupid message from me.
I get like a video from you, and then like, Julie was really helping me with some stuff too, which is really nice. Carl, the proof on Insta. Wow, what a honor! I'm so special. You're a top fan. Wow, thank you, Tina.
Yeah. Top fan of the year goes to Tina Mac.
Woo! We'll just have
Well,
to teacher on that.
We should say on Spotify top fan, because there could be some competition if you included YouTube.
Yeah. Did you get your special end of the year YouTube thing?
No, I don't
really?
think so. I don't know.
Oh,
I can
did.
check. I can check. I don't know. Is it an email?
I went through on my mobile app and it just like started playing. So no, it wasn't an email.
I'll check my email. I haven't checked emails for about a week or two.
Oh, really? Oh my God, that would drive me nuts.
Because it's always eBay. I tried to find out how to shut that off, but can't seem to do it. Well, thank you, Tina Mac.
Thank you.
All right. Red Truck, you just mentioned her. Red Trunk Relics. Happy holidays, guys.
Yeah, it's Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
She
has a really good Instagram page too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to steal her ideas for her booth.
Yeah, she's out in Oshawa.
Always appreciate it.
So, yeah.
Happy holidays to you too.
Happy holidays to you as well. And thanks for listening and leaving a comment. And hopefully lots of sales, Julie, out there in the old Oshawa area.
Yep.
I haven't been out there for years.
And then one more from Randy. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. 2026 is going to be chaos, like walking backwards uphill on an icy slope. That sounds about right.
Randy's a brother from another mother, because I tend to agree with you there as well, Randy, as in most cases. I think this is the conversation we had last week, Carl, and you were saying, like, based on this year, like you're hoping 2026 is calmer.
I want a boring year.
A boring year. I'm gonna lean towards Randy's comment here. I think it's gonna be crazy as can be.
Great. Well, like, either way, neither of us have any control.
Like that crazy girlfriend back in high school.
I don't even know where you're going. Like, what are you talking about? Random, like you just remembered your ex-girlfriend and just like talking to your head and
just
out.
Just one of them. And if they're all listening, they're gonna want. Is he talking about me?
I was way too high. I was way too shy in high school. I didn't date until after high school. Oh well.
There it is. But yeah, I think Randy's right. I think it's going to be crazy. I hope you're right, Carl, but I have a feeling Randy's right.
I wouldn't bet against
where I was leaning. That's why I kind of asked the question.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for everyone else who listened this year. I guess we have one more before the end of the year, but
one more show or two more.
I don't know.
I know we have one after Christmas. We might have enough room for two more.
Oh yeah, I guess there is two more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're both sort of wrong and right at the same time, because it'll be recorded before the end of the year. Oh no.
No, you're right. Keep going. You're right.
Yeah, but it'll be shown. It'll be live, like, or uploaded and listenable in the beginning of January. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind. We'll have to do a year-ending show.
Yep.
Before the year ends.
Yep. And all our glorious plans for the next year. All our goals that we won't follow through with. All the things we're excited about that won't happen. You know, the normal stuff.
Yep.
We'll have to do a top 10 just to get people to listen in. But yeah, you know, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you weren't just thinking about sales and taking time with your friends and family and all that jazz.
Oh, I want you to be listening. There's no Christmas.
Mr.
The Grinch.
The Grinch over here. Yeah.
Yeah. Or what's that guy in the is it Mr. Scrooge?
Well, the Scrooge is like, yeah, like from the Christmas Carol.
Yeah. He was like,
Yeah.
work, 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 work.
You know, the funny thing is, like, for me, when I think Christmas Carol, all I think about is the Disney one with like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
So it's like it's altered my memory. Like the
Well,
classic
there was one
show.
that used to come on and it was black and white.
Yeah,
With the three ghosts. For whatever reason that was on. Like, I think they just keep looping that on the one channel because it was always on all day. It seemed like at one point,
I like the
like
peanut
didn't matter
one.
what you did, that came on.
Yeah, this is
Well,
few
that's
traditions
Carl,
here, right?
you know what? Let's just take a few minutes here. What
Oh,
is your favorite Christmas story? That's it. That's
your favorite
the
one?
to see if people to see if people watch or listen to the whole show.
Oh man.
That's the comment for sure.
Well, I do like that Disney produced one. I must admit,
The Disney produced.
like the Scrooge McDuck.
Oh,
The
that's your
Christmas
favorite
Carol.
Christmas show?
That's the one I think of if I had to pick one, that would be it. But I also like, the Peanuts one. You know, where they get the tree, the
Yeah.
little tree, and they make it nice. And I
Uh,
also liked Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, you're just looking at the like at the kiddie, like the kid stuff.
Well,
Like,
that's the stuff I remember.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm gonna say one that's very obvious, which is Christmas Vacation. That's probably my favorite.
never seen it.
Dude, are you out of your mind?
No, never seen it.
You lie. You're lying. I don't know anybody who hasn't seen that one.
Well, now you do.
There's no way that's true.
Okay.
The Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, no.
Dude, do yourself a favor. You got to go watch it. It'll change your life forever.
That's quite the promise.
I also like the Christmas Story. I think it's called the Red Ryder BB gun one.
I haven't seen that either.
Holy cripes, dude!
And I haven't seen any of that stuff. We just didn't play it on TV, like at our house. Like there'd be no reason to. Or the one where like the guy is like, It's a Wonderful Life or something. Is that the other one?
I don't know.
Something about a banker or something. I don't know. It's like,
come on.
I haven't seen that either.
Good.
Okay. I honestly haven't seen any of these things.
Christmas Vacation, dude.
No.
That should be something that is a Christmas like staple almost. Like it's one of those things. It's a must see on Christmas Day.
We watch Home Alone.
Yeah, that's good. I like Home Alone.
Some people consider Die Hard a Christmas movie, but we don't watch that.
I watch Die Hard all the time. I don't know. I watch the Die Hard movies are good, but it doesn't need to be Christmas for me to watch it.
Yeah,
Elf is funny.
I've seen that.
I don't know. It's as I get older, it's less funny, but I used to really like it. Like I tried watching a little bit the other day, and I don't know. I have to go back and try to watch Step Brothers because hopefully that's not ruined with age. Because I really enjoyed that movie. So we'll see if it's ruined for me with age as Elf. Yeah, those are all I'm thinking of right now because it was a last minute question that just popped in my head. But Vacation for sure. Oh, the Grinch. The Grinch wasn't bad.
Oh, the Grinch. Of course, the Grinch. Yeah.
I'm talking about the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. I mean, the Dr. Seuss Grinch was fun too.
Yeah. We watched that just a few days ago. I like that one. It's just it's like very simple story, which is nice, right?
Yeah. Yep. That was the first movie we took my son to. He was like maybe 3 years old or something, 4 years old. Anyway, all right. Well, everyone have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you just after Christmas. You'll hear from us. Carl, have a Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas, Scott. And
All right.
I hope all your dreams come true.
May all your dreams come true. Okay. $80 million. $80 million.
80. That's a very specific amount.
Well, that's what the Lotto Max was the last time.
Oh, I see. Okay. There's some logic behind it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought a ticket too.
Woo. You never know, man.
You never know. You never know.
I know someone who won a lot of money recently, so it happens.
What
Okay.
What would you do with 80 million?
80 million.
Yeah.
Probably just doing what I'm doing now.
Pretty much just in a bigger house with
More storage.
more storage. Yeah. That's insanity. Oh my God. All right, Carl, have a good one.
You too.
Have a good one, everyone. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, everyone.